Hey everyone. Welcome to Knowledge Nest. Have you ever felt like you're not good enough? Like no matter how hard you try, something keeps holding you back. The truth is, you are capable of so much more than you think. In this audiobook, Believe in Yourself, you'll discover how to overcome self-doubt, trust your potential, and unlock the power within you. Because once you start believing in yourself, everything changes, so, let's dive into this journey together. Stay tuned, and let's begin. Chapter 1: The foundation of success begins with self-belief. You can have all the talent in the world, all the knowledge, all the resources, but if you don't believe you can do something, you won't even try. And if you don't try, you will never know what you are truly capable of. Self-belief is the difference between those who go after their dreams and those who spend their lives watching from the sidelines, wishing they had taken action. It's not about being fearless, and it's not about having every answer before you start. It's about trusting yourself enough to take the first step, even when you have doubts, even when no one else believes in you, even when you feel completely unprepared. Because here's the truth, you will never feel completely ready, and if you wait for the perfect moment, it will never come. Most people don't fail because they lack ability, they fail because they never begin. They let their doubts, their fears, and the opinions of others stop them from even trying. They tell themselves, I'm not good enough, I don't have what it takes, or what if I fail? And that's where they lose the game before it even starts. What if you succeed? What if you prove yourself wrong? What if you're capable of more than you ever imagined? The only way to find out is to believe in yourself enough to take action. No one else can do this for you. No one is coming to give you permission to tell you that you're ready, or to guarantee success. You have to decide, you have to commit, you have to believe before you see the results. The people who succeed in life don't have magical powers. They don't wake up one day with unshakable confidence. They build it. They take action despite fear. They push through doubt. They get up after every failure and try again. That's how self-belief is created, not through wishful thinking, not through waiting for some sign from the universe, but through action. Every time you prove to yourself that you are capable. Even in a small way, your belief in yourself grows, and the more you believe, the more you achieve. Success is not about talent or intelligence, it's about mindset. And the most powerful mindset you can have is the belief that you are capable of figuring things out no matter what stands in your way. But let's talk about the truth that most people don't want to face: if you don't believe in yourself, why should anyone else? This is the harsh reality. People respect confidence, they are drawn to those who believe in their own abilities. The moment you start believing in yourself, the world begins to take you seriously. The problem is too many people wait for external validation before they start believing. They think, once I achieve something, I'll feel confident, or once people start supporting me, I'll believe in myself. But that's backward thinking. You don't become confident after success, you become successful after confidence. You must believe first. You must trust yourself first. You must show up for yourself first. Then, and only then, will the world respond. The biggest lie we are told is that confidence is something you either have or don't have. That's not true. Confidence, self-belief, and resilience, they are all skills that you develop through action. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible, the stronger your belief becomes. It's not about waking up one day and suddenly feeling unstoppable, it's about proving to yourself over and over again that you are stronger than your doubts, tougher than your fears, and more capable than you ever realized. Think about the people you admire, the ones who seem to have it all together, who go after what they want without hesitation. They weren't born that way. At some point, they made a decision to trust themselves, to back themselves, to bet on themselves. Even when they were unsure, that decision changed everything. And the good news is, you can make the same decision today. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need perfect circumstances. You just need to decide that from this moment forward, you will believe in yourself no matter what. You will act in spite of fear. You will take steps even when you have doubts. You will refuse to let self-doubt control your life any longer. Now, let's talk about what happens when you don't believe in yourself. The truth is, a lack of self-belief is costing you more than you realize. It's keeping you stuck in situations that don't make you happy. It's stopping you from chasing opportunities that could change your life. It's making you settle for less when you are capable of so much more. Every time you hesitate, every time you let fear hold you back, you reinforce the belief that you are not enough. And that belief shapes your entire life. You start playing small. You stop pushing yourself. And before you know it, you're living a life far below your potential. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can rewire your mind to believe in yourself. You can start showing up differently. You can choose right now to let go of the doubts and excuses that have held you back for too long. It starts with one simple shift: take action. No matter how small, no matter how insignificant it seems, take a step toward what you want. Every step you take builds momentum, and momentum is everything. Once you start proving to yourself that you are capable, belief becomes natural. You won't have to force it, you'll just know. And let's be clear, self-belief doesn't mean you'll never feel fear again. It doesn't mean you'll never doubt yourself. It means you won't let those feelings stop you. It means you'll recognize fear as part of the process and keep going anyway. It means you'll trust yourself enough to figure things out along the way, because here's the secret: no one has it all figured out. The most successful people in the world didn't start with all the answers. They started with belief. They started with the courage to begin. That's what separates them from everyone else. So the question is, what will you do? Will you keep letting doubt and fear run your life? Will you keep waiting for the perfect moment that will never come? Or will you decide right now that you are capable, that you are enough, that you have everything you need within you to succeed? Your future is shaped by one thing: your belief in yourself. If you believe you can, you will. If you don't, you won't. It really is that simple. Success doesn't start with luck or talent, it starts with you. It starts with a decision to back yourself no matter what. And the best part? The moment you choose to believe in yourself, everything changes. Doors start to open, opportunities appear, and most importantly, you start becoming the person you were always meant to be. So stop waiting, stop doubting, stop holding yourself back. Believe in yourself, take action, and watch how your entire life transforms. Chapter 2: The Harsh Truth. No one will believe in you until you do. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you your dreams. No one is going to wake up one day and suddenly believe in you if you don't believe in yourself first. This is the harsh truth most people don't want to hear, but it's the truth that will set you free. If you spend your life waiting for someone to validate you, waiting for approval, waiting for someone to tell you that you're good enough, you will wait forever. Because the world does not reward those who doubt themselves. It rewards those who step forward with confidence, those who believe they have something valuable to offer, those who decide on their own that they are capable, worthy, and ready. Too many people are sitting on the sidelines of their own lives, paralyzed by the fear of what others will think. They hesitate. They second-guess themselves. They shrink back because they're afraid of looking foolish, afraid of making a mistake, afraid of being judged. And so they wait. They wait for permission, for validation, for someone to say, "Yes, you're ready now." But that moment never comes. No one is going to knock on your door and tell you that today is the day you finally believe in yourself. That choice is yours alone. Think about it. Every successful person you admire, every person who has built something great, every person who has made an impact had to believe in themselves before anyone else did. They had to decide that their ideas, their goals, their dreams were worth pursuing even when no one else saw their vision. They had to act with confidence long before they had the results to prove themselves. And that's what separates those who make it from those who don't, the ability to move forward without waiting for external validation. The truth is, most people won't believe in you at first. That's just how it is. People are skeptical. They doubt you because they doubt themselves. They project their own fears onto you. They don't want to see you break out of the mold because if you do, it forces them to confront their own limitations. So don't expect applause in the beginning. Don't expect support. In fact, expect criticism, expect doubt, expect resistance. Not because you're incapable, but because most people can't see beyond their own fears. But that has nothing to do with you. Their doubts are not your doubts unless you let them be. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for the world to believe in them before they start acting like they're capable. They say, "I'll believe in myself when I see proof." But that's not how it works. The belief comes first. You don't wait to feel confident. Before taking action, you take action to build confidence. The only way to convince the world that you are worthy of success is to first convince yourself. If you walk into a room unsure of yourself, people will pick up on it. If you present your ideas with hesitation, no one will take them seriously. But if you step forward with conviction, if you speak with certainty, if you carry yourself like someone who knows they belong, people will believe in you, not because they decided to but because you did. And let's be honest, you've been doubting yourself for too long. How many opportunities have you let slip away because you didn't think you were ready? How many times have you held back because you were afraid of what others would say? How many dreams have you abandoned because someone else told you they weren't realistic? And where has that gotten you? Nowhere. Playing small has never led anyone to greatness. Hesitation has never built anything worthwhile. Self-doubt has never made anyone's life better. The only way forward is to decide right now that you will back yourself no matter what. It's not about arrogance. It's not about pretending to be perfect. It's about recognizing that you have just as much right to success as anyone else. It's about understanding that no one is more deserving than you unless you decide otherwise. The difference between those who achieve and those who don't is not intelligence, not talent, not luck, it's self-belief. It's the ability to stand tall and say, "I am capable. I am worthy. And I will not stop until I get where I want to be." But let's talk about reality. What happens when you put yourself out there and people criticize you? Because they will. What happens when you take a risk and fail? Because at some point, you will. What happens when people doubt you, laugh at you, dismiss you? Because it's going to happen. If you're waiting for a smooth, easy road where everyone cheers you on and supports you from the start, you will never begin. The reality is you will face resistance, you will face obstacles, you will face people who don't see what you see. But none of that matters if you have already decided that you believe in yourself. Because when you believe in yourself, no setback can break you. When you believe in yourself, no criticism can shake you. When you believe in yourself, no failure is final. You simply get back up and keep moving forward. The people who make it to the top aren't the ones who never fell, they're the ones who refuse to stay down. And the only thing that kept them going was self-belief. You have to be your own biggest supporter. You have to be the one who keeps pushing forward when no one else understands. You have to be the one who wakes up every day and decides to keep going even when the results haven't shown up yet. Because that's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Most people give up too soon. They start with excitement, but the moment they hit a roadblock, they quit. Not because they weren't capable, but because they let doubt win. But the ones who make it, they push through. They believe even when there's no reason to believe. They keep going even when it looks like nothing is working. And because of that, eventually, they break through. You will never regret believing in yourself, but you will regret all the time you wasted doubting, hesitating, and holding yourself back. 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you will either look back and be proud that you bet on yourself, or you will look back and wish you had. The choice is yours. No one is coming to make it for you. No one is going to believe in you until you do. And the moment you decide to back yourself, everything changes. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop looking for permission. Believe in yourself first. Take action and watch how the world responds, because when you walk with confidence, when you step forward with certainty, when you decide that you are worthy of success, people won't have a choice, they will believe in you too, but only because you led the way. Chapter 3, The Daily Self-Belief Ritual That Rewires Your Mind for Success. You want to change your life, don't you? You want to reach new heights, accomplish your goals, and become the person you know you can be. But something is holding you back, something deep inside keeps you stuck in the same routine, struggling to break free. You have the potential. You have the dreams. But you're still waiting for that spark, waiting for the moment when everything clicks. When you finally feel confident, motivated, and ready to take massive action. But here's the truth, waiting for motivation to just show up is never going to get you anywhere. Motivation doesn't just come to you when you need it most. Motivation is something you have to create within yourself, and you do that with daily self-belief rituals. It's not enough to say, "I believe in myself," once and expect things to change. It doesn't work that way. You need to nurture your belief every single day. You need to build it, strengthen it, and make it a part of who you are. This isn't about getting a quick burst of energy or an instant fix. This is about making a commitment to yourself to develop a mindset that consistently moves you toward your goals every single day. And that, my friend, is what this chapter is about, creating a daily self-belief ritual that will rewire your mind for success. You see, we all have that inner voice that tells us what we can and can't do. It's always there in the background, constantly feeding us thoughts that either propel us forward or hold us back. The voice that says, "You're not good enough," or "You'll never make it," or "You're not ready." It's the same voice that has kept you stuck for so long. But here's the thing, you don't have to listen to that voice. In fact, the more you listen to it, the more you reinforce the beliefs that limit you. But if you want to change your life, you have to change the conversation you're having with yourself. The first step in creating your self-belief ritual is deciding that you are going to take control of your thoughts. You're going to stop letting that inner voice run the show. You're going to take a stand and tell yourself that you're worthy, that you're capable, and that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. But you're not just going to say it once and hope it sticks. No, you're going to repeat it every day, and not just in your head, but out loud. You're going to look yourself in the mirror and say, "I believe in myself," every single day. Even when you don't feel like it, even when the doubts creep in, even when you don't have the results to back it up, you are going to tell yourself the truth. Because the truth is, you are capable of far more than you think. And here's the thing, when you repeat these affirmations, it's not just about words. It's about how those words make you feel. When you look yourself in the eye and say, "I believe in myself," you need to feel it in your bones. You need to feel the power of those words coursing through your body. You need to make it real. When you repeat these affirmations, you're not just saying empty words to make yourself feel good. You're reprogramming your mind. You're shifting your beliefs from the inside out. And you can't just do this once a week or once a month and expect results. No, this is a daily practice. This is how you start your day, and this is how you finish your day. This is the foundation that will support everything else you do. If you want to build success, it starts with a belief in yourself that is unshakable. But it's not just about affirmations. Your daily self-belief ritual must also include visualization. You need to see yourself succeeding before you ever step foot into the real world. Every morning, close your eyes and picture yourself living the life you want. Picture yourself achieving your goals. See yourself walking with confidence, speaking with authority, and accomplishing everything you've set out to do. The clearer and more vivid the picture, the more powerful it becomes. You have to feel it. You have to see it. Because when you visualize your success, you are not just dreaming about it, you are creating it in your mind. And when it's created in your mind, it's only a matter of time before it becomes your reality. But it doesn't stop there. Your ritual must also include gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you can use to shift your mindset and build your belief. When you wake up in the morning, instead of focusing on what you don't have or what's not working, focus on what you do have. What are you grateful for today? It could be something small like a warm bed or a roof over your head, or it could be something bigger like your health, your family, or the opportunities in front of you. When you take the time to focus on gratitude, you start to train your mind to look for the positive, even in the midst of challenges. And that, my friend, is a game changer. But gratitude isn't just about what you have today, it's also about the future. You need to practice gratitude for the things you have yet to receive. Imagine that everything you want in life is already on its way to you. How would you feel? How would you act? When you can practice gratitude for what is coming, you begin to attract it into your life. You send out the message to the universe that you are ready to receive, and you will. Gratitude is the secret sauce that makes everything else work, and let's not forget about action. A self-belief ritual isn't just about thinking positive thoughts, it's about backing up those thoughts with real, tangible action. Every day, you need to take at least one step toward your goals. It doesn't matter how small the step is, what matters is that you are moving forward. When you take action, you reinforce your belief in yourself. You prove to yourself that you are capable. You prove that you can overcome challenges, push through obstacles, and make things happen. And that's how momentum builds. The more you act, the more you believe, and the more you believe, the more you act. It's a positive feedback loop that will propel you toward success. When you create a daily self-belief ritual, you are not just waiting for success to fall into your lap. You are building the foundation for your dreams. You are developing the mindset, the habits, and the resilience you need to achieve anything you set your mind to. But it's not going to happen overnight. This is a process. You will have days when you feel unstoppable, and you will have days when you doubt yourself. But the key is to keep showing up, keep practicing your rituals, and keep reinforcing your belief. Over time, you will see the changes. You will feel the difference. You will start to see yourself in a new light, and the world will begin to respond to you in ways you never imagined. So make the decision today. Commit to your self-belief ritual. Start every day by affirming your worth, visualizing your success, practicing gratitude, and taking action. Do this every single day without exception, and watch how it transforms your life. You have everything you need inside you. You just have to believe in it, and with this ritual, you will rewire your mind for success and unlock your true potential. Chapter 4: How to Break Free from the Fear of Judgment and Criticism. There's something that holds many people back from reaching their full potential, and it's not the lack of talent, opportunity, or resources. The truth is, most of us are paralyzed by fear, fear of what others think, fear of judgment, and fear of criticism. The fear of being judged by others can stop you before you even get started. It can create this invisible wall that seems impossible to break down. But here's the most important thing I can tell you right now: fear of judgment is one of the most limiting forces in your life, and if you let it control you, it will keep you from stepping into your greatness. But here's the good news: you don't have to let it hold you back. You can break free from the fear of judgment and, in doing so, unlock a version of yourself that is capable of incredible things. So let's talk about how to destroy that fear. First, you need to understand that judgment is inevitable. No matter what you do, no matter how good your intentions are, someone, somewhere, is going to have an opinion about it. And guess what? That's okay. In fact, it's more than okay, it's completely normal. As long as you are putting yourself out there, as long as you are making an impact, there will be people who will criticize, judge, or try to bring you down. That's the price of greatness. But what you need to remember is that other people's opinions do not define your worth. Other people's judgments do not determine your potential. Only you get to decide what you believe about yourself. When you accept that judgment is a part of life and you refuse to let it control you, you will find that it loses its power over you. But I get it, this is easier said than done. You've been conditioned to care about what others think from a young age. We are taught to seek validation, to conform to societal standards, and to be liked by others. We seek approval. Because we believe that being accepted by the crowd is the key to happiness and success. But here's the truth, seeking validation from others is a trap. The more you rely on others to tell you that you're doing the right thing, the less you'll trust your own instincts. And trust me, your instincts are powerful. They are the compass that will guide you toward your highest potential. The sooner you realize that seeking external approval only holds you back, the sooner you can free yourself from the chains of judgment. One of the most liberating things you can do is to stop trying to please everyone. You cannot please everyone, and it's exhausting trying. When you stop trying to win the approval of others, you free yourself to truly be who you are. You give yourself permission to follow your dreams, speak your truth, and take risks without worrying about how others might perceive you. You give yourself the space to fail, to learn, and to grow. It's this freedom that allows you to push past fear and judgment. You give yourself the gift of authenticity. But let's take this a step further. It's one thing to stop seeking approval from others, but how do you deal with the fear that still creeps in when you're about to put yourself out there? How do you overcome that feeling of vulnerability, that voice in your head that says, "What if they don't like me?" Here's the key, you need to reframe your thinking around judgment. Instead of seeing judgment as something negative, start seeing it as a sign that you are doing something worthwhile. If you're being judged, it means you're doing something that matters. If you're being criticized, it means you're pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo. Think about the people you admire most in the world. Chances are, they were judged and criticized for their boldness, their ideas, and their actions, and look where they are now. Judgment is a sign that you are on the right path. Now let's talk about how to actually deal with criticism when it comes your way. The first thing you need to do is to separate yourself from the criticism. Criticism is about what you do, not who you are. When someone criticizes you, they're not criticizing your worth as a person, they're criticizing your actions, your choices, or your ideas, and that's okay. It's important to understand that people's opinions are just that, opinions. They are not facts. When you learn to detach your sense of self from the opinions of others, you become invincible. The next time someone criticizes you, you can respond with grace and confidence, knowing that their judgment has nothing to do with your value. But it's not just about how you react to criticism, it's about how you respond to your own inner critic. We all have that voice inside our heads that says, "You're not good enough," or "You'll never make it." This voice is often louder than any external criticism. But just like the judgment of others, this voice is not the truth. It's a lie that has been ingrained in you over time. You have to challenge that voice every time it tries to tell you that you're not capable, that you're not worthy, or that you can't do something. The more you challenge it, the weaker it becomes. Eventually, it will lose its power, and you'll be able to move forward with the confidence that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. The way you respond to judgment, both external and internal, determines how much power it has over you. The key to freeing yourself from the fear of judgment is to stop giving it the power to control your actions. When you stop being afraid of what people think and stop letting that fear dictate your behavior, you unlock a level of personal power that few ever experience. You become free, you become unstoppable. You become the person who shows up, who takes risks, who fails and gets back up, who speaks their truth even when it's hard, and who relentlessly pursues their dreams no matter what others say. It all comes down to this: you are the author of your story. You decide who you are, what you stand for, and where you're going. No one else gets to tell you that you can't do something. And if they try, that's just a reflection of their limitations, not yours. Don't let their judgment become your reality. Instead, let their judgment be the fuel that drives you to prove them wrong. Let it be the motivation that pushes you to achieve things they never thought possible. When you truly believe in yourself, when you truly trust in your abilities, nothing can stop you, not even the fear of judgment. So take a deep breath and let it go. Let go of the fear, let go of the need to be liked, to be accepted, to be validated. You don't need it. You are enough just as you are. And when you finally realize that, you will unleash a power within yourself that will make you unstoppable. It's time to stop letting fear control your life. It's time to step into your greatness. It's time to break free from the fear of judgment and become the person you were always meant to be. Chapter 5, The Science of Self-Belief, How Your Brain Can Be Reprogrammed. You've heard it before. And I'll say it again, your mind is a powerful tool, and the way you think shapes your entire reality. If you want to change your life, you have to change the way you think. Now, when we talk about belief, it's not just a vague concept or some motivational phrase that sounds good in a speech. It's real. Believing in yourself isn't just something you say, it's something you do every day. And it begins in the most powerful organ in your body, your brain. But here's the secret most people miss: your brain can be reprogrammed. That's right. The brain you were born with, the one that developed those deep-rooted habits, the one that carries all your old beliefs, fears, and doubts, it's not set in stone. It's plastic, it's malleable. You can change it, you can reshape it to work for you, to help you achieve your dreams. But it all starts with understanding that you have the power to rewire your brain, and that begins with one simple truth: belief is the key. Belief is not just about thinking positive thoughts, hoping for the best, or wishing for things to work out. Belief is a powerful, active force that drives action. It shapes what you focus on, how you react to challenges, and how you see opportunities. If you believe in yourself, in your abilities, and in your potential, your brain starts to rewire itself to seek out the resources, the solutions, and the opportunities that align with that belief. Your brain, in essence, becomes a tool that works for you instead of against you. And the beautiful part is, you don't need to wait for something extraordinary to happen. You can start rewiring your brain right now, today, in small, everyday ways. It's about shifting your mindset and doing the work consistently, even when you don't feel like it. Let's talk about how exactly you can rewire your brain to build self-belief. First, we need to understand how your brain works. Your brain is like a supercomputer. It stores information, processes data, and directs your actions based on that information. The problem is, much of what's stored in your brain is outdated. It's filled with beliefs that were instilled in you at a young age, beliefs about what's possible, what you deserve, and who you are. Some of these beliefs serve you, but many of them hold you back. When you believe you're not good enough or that success is out of reach, your brain will actively seek out evidence that supports those beliefs. It will filter out the opportunities and people that could help you grow, and it will focus on the things that confirm your doubts. This is why so many people feel stuck. Their brains are wired to look for failure, not success. But the good news is you can flip the switch. The first step in rewiring your brain is recognizing that you have the power to change the way you think. That's the key. You don't have to be a prisoner of your past beliefs. You can choose new beliefs. You can replace those limiting thoughts with empowering ones. The way you think about yourself and your potential is entirely up to you. Start by challenging your old beliefs. When a thought arises that says, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this," catch yourself. Don't let that thought go unchecked. Instead, ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have that supports this belief? Often, you'll find that these thoughts are just stories you've told yourself over and over, but they're not based on fact. Once you recognize that, you can choose a new belief. You can choose to believe that you are good enough, that you are capable of achieving your dreams, and that you deserve success. When you consciously replace your limiting beliefs with empowering ones, your brain starts to rewire itself. It begins to look for evidence that supports your new belief, and you start to see opportunities, solutions, and paths that you never saw before. Now, this isn't something that will happen overnight. Rewiring your brain takes time, effort, and consistency. But here's the key: the more you repeat the new belief, the more your brain will solidify it as truth. It's like building muscle: the more you work it, the stronger it gets. Every time you replace a limiting belief with an empowering one, you strengthen your self-belief and rewire your brain to support your success. It's not magic, it's science. The brain is incredibly plastic. And with the right effort, you can change the way you think, feel, and act. You just have to be willing to do the work. So how can you start rewiring your brain for self-belief? The first step is to practice positive self-talk. You've heard it before, but it's worth repeating: you are what you think. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your reality. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed, that's exactly what you'll get. But if you start telling yourself that you are capable, that you have everything you need to succeed, and that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer, your brain will start to believe it. Your brain will start to look for the evidence that supports those beliefs, and over time, you'll find yourself taking actions that align with your newfound belief in yourself. The second thing you need to do is surround yourself with positive influences. Your environment plays a huge role in how you think. If you're surrounded by negative, unsupportive people who constantly remind you of your limitations, it's going to be harder to rewire your brain for success. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you, and who push you to be your best, your brain will start to accept those positive influences. Your environment will shape your mindset. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who lift you up. The third step is to take action. Your brain needs evidence. If you want to rewire your brain for self-belief, you need to give it something to work with. Start taking small, consistent actions toward your goals, even if they feel insignificant. Every time you take action, no matter how small, your brain gathers evidence that supports your new belief in yourself. The more action you take, the more your brain starts to trust your abilities and see you as capable of achieving your dreams. But here's the thing: when you start taking action, you will encounter challenges, you will face setbacks, you will stumble, and you will fall. That's part of the process. But what matters is how you respond. Instead of letting failure confirm your old beliefs, choose to see it as part of the journey. Failure is not a reflection of your abilities, it's simply a stepping stone toward success. Every time you fail, you learn something. Every time you fall, you get back up stronger. The more you embrace failure as a part of the process, the more your brain will see it as a natural part of growth, and the more you grow, the stronger your self-belief becomes. Now, as you start to rewire your brain, you'll notice a shift. You'll start to feel more confident in yourself and your abilities. You'll start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Your actions will become more aligned with your goals, and you'll start achieving things you never thought possible. The brain is an incredibly powerful tool, and once you unlock its potential, you'll realize that anything is possible. Rewiring your brain for self-belief isn't just a theory, it's a proven process that has transformed countless lives, and it can transform yours too if you're willing to put in the work. Remember, the most powerful tool you have is your mind, and when you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your life. So take action today. Rewire your brain for success, for belief, and for the life you've always dreamed of. It's all within your reach. The question is, are you ready to believe in yourself and unlock the limitless potential that's waiting for you? Chapter 6: How to prove to yourself that you are more capable than you think. You are capable of far more than you realize. I know that right now, you might not feel like that's true, and that's okay. It's easy to look at the challenges you face, the setbacks you've had, and the doubts that creep in and think that maybe, you're just not cut out for something bigger. But let me tell you something that will change everything. You are more capable than you think, and the only thing standing between you and the success you desire is proving it to yourself. It's not about waiting for the world to recognize your potential, it's about showing yourself every single day just how strong, capable, and resilient you truly are. Every moment is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you can go further than you ever thought possible. And when you start doing that, everything changes. We all face moments of doubt. We all have times when we question our abilities, when the world feels like it's pushing against us, and when it seems easier to give up than to keep fighting. But here's the truth, these moments don't define you. What defines you is how you respond to those moments. Do you accept the doubt and let it stop you, or do you use it as fuel to prove to yourself that you are stronger, more capable, and more resilient than any challenge that comes your way? You have the power to choose. Every time you face fear, doubt, or uncertainty, you have the choice to show yourself that you are more capable than you think. The key to unlocking this potential is simple: start small. You don't have to prove to yourself that you can conquer the world in one fell swoop. The trick is to start with what's in front of you, to take small steps that gradually build your confidence and show you just how much you are truly capable of. These small wins, these everyday victories, are the building blocks of real, lasting confidence. Every time you succeed, even in the smallest way, you reinforce the belief in yourself. And that's how you build momentum. Every little step forward is proof that you are capable of more than you realize. It might not feel like a big deal at first, but trust me, those small wins add up. They begin to shift your mindset, they start to change the way you see yourself, and they give you the courage to keep going, to take on bigger challenges, and to push past your limits. Think about the last time you did something that scared you or made you uncomfortable. Maybe it was taking on a new project at work, having a difficult conversation, or stepping out of your comfort zone in some way. How did you feel after you did it? Chances are, you felt a sense of pride, a little boost of confidence, and maybe even a new belief in your abilities. That's the power of proving to yourself that you can do something. It's not about the size of the task, it's about the fact that you did it, and that's what matters. When you start proving to yourself that you can handle whatever life throws your way, your belief in your abilities grows. Your brain begins to wire itself differently. Instead of seeing obstacles as insurmountable, you start seeing them as challenges that you are more than capable of overcoming. So how do you start proving to yourself that you are more capable than you think? The first step is to embrace the discomfort. You can't grow if you're always comfortable. If you want to stretch your limits and prove to yourself that you are capable of more, you have to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Now, I'm not saying you have to do something crazy or reckless, but every day, look for one thing that challenges you. It could be something as simple as speaking up in a meeting, learning a new skill, or taking on a task that you normally shy away from. It doesn't matter how small it seems, what matters is that you are taking action that moves you out of your comfort zone. You are proving to yourself with each step that you are capable of more. Another important thing to remember is that failure is not a reflection of your abilities, it's simply part of the process. I know that many of us fear failure. We fear that it will somehow prove that we're not good enough, that we're not capable of succeeding. But the truth is, failure is just feedback. It's a way for you to learn, grow, and adjust. When you fail, it doesn't mean you are less capable, it means you are pushing the boundaries of what you can do. Failure is a necessary step toward success, and the more you embrace it, the less it will hold you back. The next time you fail, don't see it as a sign that you're not good enough. See it as evidence that you are pushing yourself, growing, and proving that you can do more than you thought possible. Now here's where things get interesting. Once you start taking action and proving to yourself that you can handle more, you'll begin to notice something profound happening. Your self-perception will start to change. You won't see yourself as someone who's limited by their circumstances or held back by their doubts. You'll start seeing yourself as someone who is capable of overcoming obstacles, tackling challenges, and achieving things that once seemed impossible. This shift in self-perception is incredibly powerful. It's what allows you to keep going when things get tough. To keep pushing forward when the road gets rocky. The more you prove to yourself that you are capable, the stronger your belief in yourself becomes. And the stronger that belief is, the more you'll be able to achieve. Let me give you a simple example. Think about a time when you set a goal for yourself. Maybe it was something big, like running a marathon, or maybe it was smaller, like learning a new skill. When you first set that goal, probably felt a little intimidating. You might have wondered if you could actually do it. But the more you worked at it, the more you showed up for yourself every day, the more you proved to yourself that you were capable of achieving it. And once you achieved it, you looked back and thought, wow, I did that. I'm capable of so much more than I realized. That feeling of accomplishment, that sense of pride, is what builds belief in yourself. It's not about the goal itself, it's about the process and the proof that you are capable of more. This is where things start to really change. As you keep proving to yourself that you're capable, you start to build a new standard for yourself. Your mind starts to expect success, and it starts to align your actions with that new expectation. You no longer doubt your abilities or second-guess yourself. Instead, you move forward with confidence, knowing that you have what it takes to succeed. You begin to trust yourself more, and that trust becomes the foundation for everything you do. When you trust yourself, you stop holding back. You stop letting fear, doubt, and uncertainty control your decisions. Instead, you move forward with the confidence that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Proving to yourself that you are more capable than you think isn't just about accomplishing big goals or achieving huge milestones. It's about showing up every day, taking action, and being willing to step outside of your comfort zone. It's about trusting yourself enough to take risks and knowing that even if you fail, you are still capable of learning and growing from the experience. And when you prove to yourself that you are more capable than you think, you unlock a version of yourself that is unstoppable, a version of yourself that believes in your potential and refuses to let anything hold you back. You have everything you need to succeed. You just have to prove it to yourself, one step at a time. Keep showing up, keep taking action, keep proving that you are capable of far more than you realize, and soon you'll find that nothing is impossible for you. Chapter 7. Destroy negative self-talk and replace it with unshakable confidence. The way you talk to yourself is the most important conversation you'll ever have. Every word you say, every thought that runs through your mind, it matters. And here's the truth: if you're constantly feeding yourself negative thoughts, telling yourself you're not good enough, not capable, or not worthy, then you're building a reality based on self-doubt and fear. But what if you could change that? What if you could start talking to yourself in a way that builds your confidence, strengthens your resilience, and makes you unstoppable? You see, most people don't realize just how powerful their internal dialogue is. It's not just background noise, it shapes the way you see the world, the way you act, and ultimately the way you live. If you're telling yourself that you'll never be successful, that you don't have what it takes, then guess what? You're right. But if you flip that script, if you start talking to yourself like the strong, capable, and resilient person you are, then suddenly you're setting yourself up for success. The first step in changing your life is to recognize the power of your words. Every single thought that goes through your mind is like a seed. What you choose to believe, what you choose to think about yourself, it's all planting seeds in your subconscious. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, that's what will grow. But if you plant seeds of confidence, belief, and possibility, that's what will grow. It's that simple. The question is, what kind? What kind of seeds are you planting in your mind every day? It's not about pretending to be something you're not, it's about telling yourself the truth in a way that inspires you, encourages you, and makes you believe in your potential. The next time you catch yourself thinking something negative, don't just ignore it, acknowledge it, but then replace it with something positive. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, think, I am capable of handling this, and I will figure it out. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, think, I am worthy of success, and I'm working every day to become the best version of myself. The more you do this, the more it becomes second nature, and before you know it, you're speaking to yourself with the same love, compassion, and belief that you would show to your best friend. The key is consistency. You can't expect to change your life overnight. This is a process, and just like any new habit, it takes time to reprogram your brain. But the more you practice speaking to yourself in a positive, empowering way, the more it becomes a part of who you are. You'll start to notice a shift in how you feel about yourself. You'll feel stronger, more confident, and more willing to take on challenges that once seemed impossible. It's not magic, it's science. The words you speak to yourself have the power to change your brain, to change your beliefs, and to change your reality. But here's the thing, this doesn't just apply to your internal dialogue. The words you speak to others matter too. When you speak positively to others, when you encourage them, support them, and believe in them, it not only lifts them up but also reinforces those positive beliefs in yourself. It's like a mirror, the more you give, the more you receive. When you tell someone else, I believe in you, it's as if you're telling yourself the same thing. You're reinforcing that belief in yourself and in others, and that's a powerful thing. So don't just focus on changing the way you talk to yourself, focus on changing the way you talk to others as well. It creates an energy that builds everyone up, including you. Now let's talk about how you can take this to the next level. It's not enough to simply stop the negative self-talk, you need to replace it with something that inspires you, something that drives you forward, something that makes you feel unstoppable. This is where affirmations come in. Affirmations are simply positive statements that you repeat to yourself, and when done consistently, they have the power to change the way you think, feel, and act. But not all affirmations are created equal. The most powerful affirmations are those that resonate with you, that speak to the deepest parts of who you are. These are the ones that truly make a difference. Think about what you want to achieve. What do you want to believe about yourself? What do you want to create in your life? Then create affirmations that reflect those beliefs. For example, if you want to become more confident, you might say, I am confident and capable in everything I do. If you want to attract more success, you might say, I am worthy of success, and it flows to me easily and effortlessly. The key is to make these affirmations personal, positive, and present tense. Speak as if you've already achieved what you desire, because in doing so, you'll start to align your actions with those beliefs. But affirmations alone aren't enough. You have to back them up with action. It's one thing to say, I am confident, but it's another thing to take action that reflects that confidence. Every time you take a step toward your goals, every time you push through fear, every time you do something that scares you, you're reinforcing those affirmations. You're proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. You're building evidence that supports your new beliefs. The key to making this work is to start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Focus on one area of your life where you want to make a change and start there. Maybe it's your career, maybe it's your relationships, maybe it's your health. Whatever it is, focus on that one thing and start speaking to yourself in a way that empowers you to take action. The more you do this, the more you'll begin to see results, and the more results you see, the more you'll believe in yourself. Remember, you are not the negative things you think about yourself. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are the person who is willing to grow, willing to learn, and willing to push through challenges. That's who you are. So start speaking to yourself as if you are already the person you want to be. Start acting as if you are already the person you want to become, and watch as everything around you begins to change. This process takes time, but it's worth it. The more you speak to yourself with kindness, love, and belief, the more you'll start to see that reflected in your life. You'll find yourself making decisions with confidence, facing challenges with strength, and achieving things you once thought were impossible. It all starts with the way you talk to yourself, and if you can master that, you'll be unstoppable. So go ahead, start speaking to yourself like the incredible, capable person you are. You have everything you need inside of you. It's time to believe in yourself and let that belief guide you to the success you deserve. Chapter 8: One challenge that forces you to become your best self. The most powerful way to change your life starts with a challenge that forces you to dig deep, to rise above excuses and to become the person you were always meant to be. It's time to step up and put yourself to the test. 1 year, that's all it takes. You may think it sounds daunting, maybe even impossible, but the truth is, a year can change everything. It doesn't have to be a new decade or a fresh start at the beginning of a year to turn things around. A single year of consistent, focused effort can completely transform your life in ways you cannot even imagine. And it all starts with making a commitment to yourself. We live in a world where distractions are endless, where excuses are a dime a dozen, and where the easy path is often the most tempting one. But the easy way is rarely the way that leads to greatness. The road to success, fulfillment, and personal transformation is not paved with convenience or comfort. It's built on hard work, discipline, and a refusal to settle for less than what you deserve. That's where the 1-year challenge comes into play. The challenge is simple, but the results are profound. You commit to being your best self for 1 full year. You dedicate yourself to personal growth, to pushing beyond your limits, and to making every day count. Now, this isn't about setting unrealistic goals or putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. This challenge isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up every day with a relentless desire to improve, to grow, and to be better than you were yesterday. The 1-year challenge isn't a race against anyone else. It's a race against yourself. It's about setting the intention to push your boundaries, to face your fears, and to do the hard things that others avoid. You're not competing with the world, you're competing with who you were yesterday, and that's all that matters. So how do you begin this challenge? It starts with a decision. You have to decide that you're going to take ownership of your life. You have to make the commitment to stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect opportunity. The perfect time will never come. The perfect conditions will never line up. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to take action, and that action starts today. Once you make that decision, you need to set clear, measurable goals for yourself. This isn't about vague aspirations or wishful thinking. This is about setting specific goals that will push you to become the best version of yourself. These goals should challenge you, but they should also be achievable. They should be specific enough that you can track your progress, but flexible enough that you can adjust if needed. The key is to make sure your goals align with your values and that they move you toward becoming the person you want to be. But here's the thing, goals alone aren't enough. You need to create a plan, a roadmap that will guide you through the year. This is where most people fail. They set a goal, get excited about it for a few weeks, and then fall off track because they have no clear plan for how to get there. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Your plan needs to break down your goals into actionable steps. If you want to lose weight, for example, you don't just say, "I want to get in shape." You create a detailed plan that includes how much exercise you'll do, what you'll eat, and when you'll do it. If you want to advance in your career, you break down the steps you need to take, whether it's gaining new skills, networking, or finding ways to demonstrate your value. The beauty of the 1-year challenge is that it's not about perfection. It's about consistent progress. It's about showing up every day, even on the days when you don't feel like it, and doing the work. Success is built on consistency, not intensity. It's about the small steps, the habits that you form and the progress that you make day in and day out. The key is to stay committed no matter what. There will be days when you don't feel like working. There will be days when you face obstacles, when you encounter failure, when you wonder if it's worth it. But this is where most people quit. They hit a roadblock, and instead of pushing through it, they give up. But if you're committed to the one-year challenge, you keep going. You keep putting in the work day after day, no matter what. Every single day of this challenge counts. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or for everything to fall into place. It's about the small wins that accumulate over time. These small wins are what build momentum. The more consistent you are, the more progress you make, the more you'll start to believe in yourself. You'll see that you're capable of achieving far more than you ever thought possible. And when you look back at the end of the year, you won't just see how far you've come. You'll see who you've become. You'll see a person who is stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling whatever life throws at you. This challenge is about more than just achieving goals. It's about transforming yourself. It's about developing the discipline, the mental toughness, and the belief in yourself that will stay with you long after the year is over. The person you are at the end of the year won't just be someone who has achieved a set of goals. You'll be someone who is unshakable in your belief in yourself. You'll be someone who has proven to yourself that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to, and that's the real power of the one-year challenge. It's not about the external achievements, the accolades, or the recognition. It's about what you become in the process, the growth, the mindset shift, the habits you build, and the belief you develop in yourself. These are the things that will carry you through life long after the challenge is over. This is what makes you unstoppable. So let this be your challenge. Let this be the year that you commit to becoming the best version of yourself. Stop waiting for the right moment. Stop waiting for things to change. Take control now. The one-year challenge is your opportunity to step into your greatness, to prove to yourself that you can achieve anything, and to become the person you were always meant to be. Take the first step today and see how far you can go in a year. The journey will be hard, but it will be worth every step. You'll be amazed at who you become in the process. The best version of yourself is waiting for you, and it's time to go get it. Chapter 9: Why most people will never believe in themselves and how you can be different. Most people never realize the immense potential they have locked inside of them. They go through life thinking that greatness is for someone else, that the path to success is a journey reserved for the few. But the truth is, success doesn't discriminate. It doesn't pick favorites. It's available to anyone who decides to believe in themselves and put in the work. You see, the harsh reality is that most people will never believe in themselves. They'll never unlock their full potential, and they'll never take the steps necessary to create the life they truly want. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. Let me tell you something, you're not like most people. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't intelligence, talent, or circumstances. It's belief. It's the inner conviction that you can do what others think is impossible. Most people spend their lives doubting themselves, waiting for a sign, waiting for the stars to align, waiting for permission from someone else to start living their life to the fullest. And that waiting, that hesitation is what holds them back. They'll never take the first step, and because they don't take that first step, they'll never make it to the finish line. But not you. You're different. You've decided that you're going to break through that self-doubt. You've decided that you're going to be the exception to the rule, the one who dares to believe in themselves even when no one else does. And here's the key, it's not about being perfect. It's not about having it all figured out. It's about believing in your ability to figure it out. It's about having the confidence to keep moving forward even when you don't have all the answers, because you know that with each step you take, you'll learn and grow. That's what sets the successful apart from the rest. The world is full of people who are waiting for the right conditions. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect set of circumstances. They wait for everything to align perfectly before they take action. But here's the truth, there will never be a perfect moment. The conditions will never be ideal. The right time is always right now. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you'll wait forever. And while you're waiting, others will pass you by, and they'll leave you wondering what could have been. The secret to success is simple: believe in yourself even when no one else does. Because let's be real here, there will be people who doubt you. There will be people who tell you that your dreams are too big, that you're not good enough, or that you don't have what it takes. But here's the thing, they're not the ones living your life. They don't get to decide what you're capable of, you do. The only opinion that matters is yours. And don't get me wrong, the journey will be tough. There will be times when you question yourself, when you wonder if you're doing the right thing, when you feel like you're not making progress fast enough, but that's when you have to dig deep. That's when you have to remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. You have to look within and pull out that belief in yourself, even when everything around you feels uncertain. Because here's the beautiful thing about belief: once you truly believe in yourself, nothing can stop you. You'll face challenges, sure. You'll encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable at times, but your belief will carry you through. Your belief will be the fuel that drives you to keep going when everyone else would quit. It's the belief that makes you wake up every morning ready to take on whatever the day throws at you. It's the belief that gives you the courage to take risks, to step into the unknown, and to trust that everything will work out in the end. But belief alone isn't enough. It's just the starting point. Belief is the spark that ignites the fire, but it's your actions that keep the fire burning. The real work comes when you start putting in the effort day after day without knowing exactly how it's all going to turn out. The real test comes when you've been working for months and you haven't seen the results you expected. The real challenge is staying committed even when the road ahead looks uncertain. That's when most people give up. That's when most people decide that it's not worth it, that they're not cut out for success. But not you, because you've decided that no matter what, you'll keep going. You're going to face doubt, you're going to face criticism, and you're going to face challenges that make you question whether it's all worth it. But here's the secret: it's worth it. Every second of struggle, every hour of hard work, every moment of doubt is worth it. Because at the end of the day, you'll have something that most people will never have: a life built on the foundation of self-belief. This is why it's so important to protect your belief in yourself. Surround yourself with people who support you, who believe in you, and who will encourage you when times get tough. Cut out the negativity, and don't let the opinions of others shape your reality. Your belief in yourself should be unshakable, and when it is, you'll be unstoppable. So let me ask you this: what are you going to do with your belief? Will you let it fade, or will you take it and use it as the fuel to create a life beyond your wildest dreams? The choice is yours. You have the power within you to achieve everything you've ever wanted, but it all starts with believing in yourself. The world is full of people who will never believe in themselves, but you're not like them. You're the one who is going to push past the doubts, the fears, and the obstacles. You're the one who is going to rise above the crowd and prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. You're the one who will believe in yourself even when no one else does, and that is the secret to living a life of greatness. Believe in yourself, and the world will start to believe in you too. Chapter 10: The Ultimate Secret. You become what you believe. You have probably heard the phrase, "you become what you believe." At first, it might sound like one of those overused motivational quotes that seem nice but don't really mean much. You might have heard it in passing, nodded your head, and then quickly moved on. But if you take a moment to truly understand this statement, you'll realize that it holds the key to everything you've ever wanted to achieve. The truth is, the thoughts you hold in your mind are the foundation of your reality. What you believe about yourself, about your potential, and about the world around you shapes everything that you experience in life. If you believe you can accomplish something, your actions, mindset, and decisions will align with that belief, and you'll start moving toward it. But if you believe that you can't, or that it's too difficult, or that success is only for other people, your actions will reflect that too. It all starts with belief and what you choose to believe about yourself. The most powerful force you have in this life is your belief in yourself and what you can do. That belief will propel you forward when times get tough. It will push you to keep going when everyone else tells you to quit. Your belief in your own capabilities will give you the courage to face challenges head-on without hesitation. And when you hold on to that belief, no matter how big or small your goals might seem, there is literally nothing that can stop you from achieving what you set out to do. Now here's the thing, the belief in yourself, the kind of belief that transforms your reality, doesn't happen overnight. It's not something you can just snap your fingers and have. It's a process that requires consistency, discipline, and a relentless commitment to your own growth. And the most important part of that process is building a belief system that serves you, not one that holds you back. It's easy to let negative thoughts creep into your mind. It's easy to doubt yourself when things aren't going your way or when you feel like you're not seeing results fast enough. But that's when you need to be most aware. When those negative thoughts come up, when you start doubting your ability, it's crucial that you stop and challenge them. Because your mind will try to play tricks on you. It will try to convince you that you're not good enough, that you don't have the skills, or that success is just too far out of reach. But remember this, your thoughts are not facts. They are just thoughts. You have the power to choose what you believe, and if you choose to believe that you can succeed, that's what will happen. The ultimate secret is that you become what you believe. Your belief system is the lens through which you see the world. If you believe that opportunities are scarce, that the world is against you, and that success is something that happens to a lucky few, then that's the reality you'll live in. But if you believe that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to, that the world is full of opportunity, and that every setback is simply a lesson in disguise, then your reality will shift accordingly. This isn't just some fluffy feel-good idea. This is rooted in science, in psychology, in the way our brains work. Our thoughts and beliefs shape our neural pathways. The more we reinforce certain beliefs, the stronger those beliefs become. If you believe that you are capable of success, your brain will start looking for evidence of that belief. It will help you make decisions that align with your goals. But if you believe that you are destined to fail, your brain will do the same thing, it will look for evidence to prove that you're right. So the question is, what are you choosing to believe? Are you choosing to believe that you are powerful, capable, and deserving of success? Or are you choosing to believe that you're stuck, that things will never change, and that your dreams are too far out of reach? The key to shifting your reality is to change your beliefs. It's to consciously decide that you are going to believe in yourself regardless of what's happening around you. And when you make that decision, everything will start to shift. It may not happen instantly, in fact, it probably won't, but the more you practice shifting your mindset, the more natural it will become. You'll start to see opportunities where others see roadblocks. You'll start taking action when others are frozen by fear. And you'll start moving toward your dreams with a level of confidence and certainty that will leave others in awe. But belief doesn't stop with just the mind, it requires action. You can believe in yourself all day long, but unless you back that belief up with action, it means nothing. Belief without action is simply wishful thinking. So if you truly believe that you can accomplish something, you need to back that belief up by doing the work. Take the steps, make the decisions, put in the time and effort. Every day, you need to show up for yourself, even when it's hard, even when it doesn't feel like it's working. Because that's when your belief will be tested. Your belief will be tested when you face failure. It will be tested when things don't go as planned. It will be tested when life throws challenges your way. But that's the moment when belief becomes everything. When you keep going despite the setbacks, despite the failures, despite the tough times, that's when belief turns into reality. That's when you truly start to transform your life. And the more you push through, the stronger your belief will grow. You'll start to prove to yourself that you can do anything you set your mind to. It's not about waiting for permission or for the right time, it's about deciding right now that you're going to believe in yourself no matter what. And when you do that, you'll begin to see a shift in your reality. You'll begin to attract the things you want into your life because you'll be operating at a high level. You'll be acting from a place of confidence, power, and belief, and that energy will radiate out into the world. Believe in yourself, and the world will respond. Believe in your ability to overcome any challenge, and the world will give you the tools to do it. Believe that you are worthy of success, and success will start to flow into your life. The ultimate secret is that you truly become what you believe. Your thoughts and beliefs shape your reality. The more you believe in your own potential, the more your life will reflect that belief. So start. Today, start believing in yourself, start taking action, and watch your world change before your eyes.